From crazy police practices to living in caves, stay tuned to number 1 to find out the long-term impact for the one-child policy. Number 10. Police geese. The canine unit of any police force is meant to instill fear into the hearts of the bad guys. Many nations around the world use police dogs as a way to scare criminals or even catch them should they try to get away. In the Chinese police stations, however, things are a bit different. In the Xinjiang province, police forces have started utilizing geese as an alternative to the classic police dog. While this may seem odd, it actually comes with some good amount of logic. Geese are known to be aggressive, especially when being threatened by people or other animals. They can easily be trained to understand who's the good guy and who's the bad guy in a police situation, and in addition to this, they are very vigilant creatures and hard to distract. Oddly enough, this is not the first time geese have been used in policing. They were used in Germany back in the 1980s to guard military locations, and even in ancient Rome to help fight battles against the Gauls. It has been known for a very long time that geese are not to be messed with. Number 9. Smartphone users have their own walking lane. Don't you hate it when someone slams into you on the sidewalk because they couldn't be bothered to look up from their phone? If so, then move to China. With quite possibly the best new idea since sliced bread, China came up with the concept of a smartphone lane on sidewalks. The premise is simple. If you have no plans to be a decent human being and look up on occasion, safely move your walking over to the smartphone lane where you won't be a nuisance to those around you. Even better, many cities around the globe are adopting the idea. Most nations already have bike lanes in place for riders who need space to ride. So, why not a lane for smartphone users to safely walk? Or, more importantly, to allow for the safety of others around them. Hopefully this idea will quickly spread around the globe and to the United States. Like, immediately. Let us know what you think about the smartphone lane idea in the comments below. Number 8. Living in caves. In a nation of over 1 billion citizens, it is no surprise that housing can be at a premium. In the cities, as well as the countryside, it can be tough to find a suitable home. As a solution, some residents have turned to living in caves. In the Shaanxi province, an estimated 30 million people live inside ancient caves that were carved into the sides of mountains. Some caves are natural carvings, likely used in caveman days, while others are professionally developed and filled with modern-day amenities. Surprisingly, this is not looked down upon in the region. Some may think it's a sad way to live, but most of the people don't mind at all. Even though it technically might mean that you could have been considered a caveman, at least the price is right. And if you think about it, the natural insulation probably keeps the temperatures pretty moderate year-round and is great natural block for the elements. I might even try to find my own little cave to live in. For another house built into a cave, check out our video on the most bizarre houses around the world. While we're on the subject, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Zero to Hero using the buttons below. Number 7. Numerous numerical superstitions. Asia is very famous for its beliefs in astrology and numbers. Many local faiths and mythology stories focus heavily on the importance of numbers and math. It's no surprise that superstition surrounding the digits and their relation to the universe is prevalent all around the large country. For example, in most buildings throughout China, you won't find a 13th floor. I mean, it's there, but the number is skipped due to the superstition around the number 13. Many Chinese cultures also believe the number 4 to be a bad digit and will not include it within phone numbers or license plates. Fortunately, not all numbers are considered bad, like the fact that the country has an insanely large number of people. Number 6. Buying and eating fast food. Sometimes it can be a hassle to go inside of a busy fast food restaurant, so people in China will go through the drive-thru instead. However, people want to eat inside the restaurant, so they'll pick up their food, park, and come inside to eat. This may seem like an odd practice, But it could just be a way to save the time and energy of ordering inside, especially when the line gets crazy long and you don't want to wait to order your food inside. Basically, whatever makes the service faster is the go-to option, even if it means a few extra steps. This is not the only odd part of ordering fast food in China. The nation has so many residents and needs to create so many jobs that you may actually walk into a McDonald's and see dozens of waiters. What a great way to help curb unemployment. Number 5. Random things are banned. Not surprisingly, the still semi-communist nation of China is known to put limits on various aspects of their people's lives. While you would expect them to ban things like anti-government propaganda or anything that could result in an uprising, they go even further to ban some strange things that don't seem to make any sense. Some bans in China include the use of Facebook, the use of foreign gaming consoles, talking animals in film or television, reincarnation, and time travel. Of course, people get around the bans. Facebook, for example, has 55 million native Chinese users. People can find gaming consoles relatively easily, and it would be really hard to ban every kids show that features a talking dog. However, the country does a great job at stopping people from reincarnation or traveling through time, as far as we know. Downside, no Mr. Ed the talking horse. Upside, none of that annoying Barney the purple dinosaur thing. Number 4. One country and one time zone. China is not only huge in terms of population, it's huge in terms of geography. The country is over 13,000 miles wide, compared to the US at only 2,600. Obviously, China lands within multiple time zones, but it seems the government doesn't care. The entire nation lives in one time zone. How is this even possible? Well, just like you think it is. People thousands of miles away from one another use the same time. So while some Chinese people are waking up to the 6 a.m. sunrise, others are waiting until 10 a.m. for that same sunrise. This setup does have its benefits, like making it easy to deal with large distances by just having everyone use the same clock. It also really cuts down on jet lag. But really though, how difficult is it to convert time zones? Number 3. The one-child policy. We have all heard about this one. Horror stories of families having 2 kids and having to give up one or worse. Stories of families having a daughter instead of a son and doing the same. The law is less strict these days, but it is very true that China does in fact have a one-child policy. For the past few decades, the constantly growing nation of China has had a law stating that families can only have one child. There were very few exceptions, such as if both parents were single kids themselves, then they could have a second child. The law stood strong for decades, creating an entire culture that is almost void of siblings since the 1970s. Luckily, in November of 2013, the law has relaxed a little bit. Some of the interesting consequences of this archaic law is a massive imbalance in the male-to-female ratio, with approximately 100 females to every 140 males, and has even led to about 30 million men who won't be able to find a spouse. Many of them are even forced to import their brides from neighboring Asian countries. Number 2. Air pollution. As you would figure in a nation this big, China has a smog problem. What you may not expect is the level to which this problem has grown over the years. A study has concluded that breathing freely in Beijing for one day is equal to smoking 21 cigarettes. And then there's the wind. On a breezy day, the smog from a major city can spread hundreds of miles away, affecting the countryside where there is no pollution at all. A report was done years ago that even showed San Francisco has received smog from China. Countries like the US have had environmental laws on the books for decades, but China is just now starting to follow suit as their country gains more and more industry. Let's hope they make major changes before it's too late. Number 1. 1/5 of the planet is Chinese. We all know there are tons of people in China, like 1.3 billion tons. But even outside of their direct population, literally 1 out of every 5 people on the planet is from this single nation. Although you may know more Smiths and Jones than anything else, the world's most common last names are Li, Zhang, and Wang. The cities are also densely packed with people. The overall population density throughout the country is 144 people per square kilometer, compared to the United States at only 33. This includes the vast countryside as well. What's even crazier is the collective population of Asia. Between China, India, Indonesia, and many others, 1 out of every 3 people on the planet are Asian. That is a lot of people. Tell us your thoughts on the future of China in the comments below, and take care.